So wait, that thing you found does what?
It fires black holes.
Nah, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it does. Actual, tiny, bullet-sized black holes.
Did you tell the others?
Only that I found some weird gun in some overgrown tunnel back in old Chicago. And that, my ghost, was all. This is what we were led here.
Yours talks that way too?
What do you think?
Okay, but the gun. Are you gonna tell him?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, when?
Crucible.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Is that it?
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of Guardian Down Cast. We're three dads that talk about anything in the Destiny universe. We also dabble a bit in other gaming and entertainment news. I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-hosts are here, and my partners in crime, Hazel and Easy. What's up, guys?
Evening.
Easy for you to say.
I was just going to say, what the hell? That Texas accent. Hey, to start things off, I wanted to introduce our guest of the show. He's one of our PS4 community members we affectionately call Flipmodefro. How you doing tonight, Flip?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Is Modefro, is that the right way to say it?
Modefro?
Did I nail it?
No, Flipmodefro.
Modefro. Okay.
Flipmodefro, yeah.
I just call you Flip, so I never worry about that other part.
That's
Anyway, right. Okay, well, good deal. So I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the show. We're going to get to know Flip's story a little bit. Then we're going to test his fast thinking with our special fast fire session we call the speed run. We're going to catch up on the past week. Hazel's going to talk about the latest news from Bungie, and we're going to discuss the new Vidoc that came out this week. Then finally, we'll answer Twitter and Discord questions from our community and add 2 songs each to our Guardian Downcast Spotify playlist. So let's get it going, guys. Flip, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you're Canadian. You're one of our Canadian friends, and I think we heard that you're a teacher, but what else do we need to know about Flip?
Yep, I am a Canuck, and I am a teacher, an elementary teacher for a Catholic school. This year I'm teaching 4 or 5, and it's great. I got 2 beautiful girls. One's 10, one's 7. I got a beautiful wife, and I live about an hour north of Toronto.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, Flip, what's your gaming history? Did you grow up gaming, or is this a recent hobby? Give us a little background on how you got into gaming.
No, I've been gaming since I was a wee lad. So, I guess this started off with Commodore 64. That's probably where I started off with, and when you asked me to do this interview, made me look back my past and see. And it was interesting that one of the Commodore 64 games I played was Ghostbusters. Did you guys ever play that?
I didn't play Ghostbusters.
No, I didn't.
I played a bunch of them. My memory sucks.
Ghostbusters was huge for me. It was one of those games, again, I don't know, fell in love with that game. And then just like everyone else, I kind of moved on to, Wolfenstein, Leisure Suit Larry. You guys play any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. And then Sega Genesis. I moved to that. One of the more memorable games for Sega Genesis was a D&D game called Warriors of the Eternal Sun, and that was huge. That was a big one for me. That was the first game that I.
Was that like a role playing? I don't remember. I don't even think I've ever heard of that game.
It had like the overhead view, like a Diablo, but then
right.
Once you went into like a cave or something, you would have like very right in front of you, and you'd either come up to a trap or some kind of dragon or lizard or ghost or something. You'd have your slingshot, or you have your dagger, the typical stuff. But that was one of my first really big role-playing games. And surprisingly, another big one that was in my memory was Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. That's a weird one. Yeah,
I remember that.
But Michael Jackson was huge back in the day. I guess he's still huge, but in light of some things that came out. But yeah, back in the day, that was another big game for whatever reason. After Sega Genesis, there was still some, like a corner store just throwing a quarter like Street Fighter. I like playing that. And then eventually, when I was single but started teaching, I got into Halo. I never owned an Xbox, but my buddies did. We would get like 8 guys in the basement, System Link 2 boxes. We'd have 2 TVs, and we just shoot each other in the face. And I guess other than Wolfenstein, that was and GoldenEye. GoldenEye was like another big one that we.
Dude, yeah, that was. I feel like GoldenEye was probably the biggest couch co-op game that we had. I was actually in college, early in college when that came out, and we used to just sit on the couch and play GoldenEye for hours. Power weapons in the complex was our poison.
Yeah, slappers, whatever, golden gun, right? You could switch it up to whatever, whatever you felt like. But Halo was big. We used to do that a lot in the basement. That's why I guess I was single for so long. But but that, and we played like in Rock Band too. We did that quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
My buddy Jason too. And then for a long time, I didn't really. I was just playing like whatever games were around, like Assassin's Creed and. Whatever, Batman, just whatever games.
I didn't say anything.
That was a visual bit right there. Gator just vomited in his mouth.
No,
It's funny because Flip said Assassin's Creed, and after he said it, he just laughed at himself.
He knew the old Gator was going to come in and say something, but I didn't this time, did I?
And again, I was just playing other games, and a buddy of mine was playing Destiny. He's like, "Man, you gotta play this game." I'm like, "No, I don't know. I don't want to." He said, "Man, it's a first-person shooter. You gotta play it." I'm like, I don't know, because I knew how much I loved playing Halo, and that first-person shooter. But I was like, all right. So I went to his place, and as soon as I started shooting people, I'm like, God damn it, I need to get this game. Right? I knew right away, and I knew if I did get it, I was gonna be hooked. And honestly, I came in around the Taken King, and I don't play anything else now.
Destiny, dude.
I bought Gran Turismo. I barely play that. Yeah, it's just Destiny.
Nice. Well, I think we can all relate, except for Easy anyway. But yeah.
No, I play a lot of Destiny. I just
he's disciplined.
I like other flavors too. I'm an equal opportunity gamer, as you would call it.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not like I wouldn't play the games. I just feel like I don't have enough. I just don't have enough time. I don't know where the time goes, but I just I only have enough time for one game. Like so, yeah. That's it.
What's one of your favorite memories about Destiny?
Favorite. Honestly, it was actually when getting into this group. Honestly, there's a lot of things I like about the game. PvP. I like all aspects of the game. There's nothing I complain too much about. But getting together with you guys was very cool. It was something I've never done before. Getting to a clan, and so when I originally tried to join up with the Sundowners, I think was the initial call. I tried to join the Sundowners. Like, no, sorry, we're full. So I don't know if they, I don't know if they really were full or they're just like, no, this guy's gonna go somewhere else. And like, hey, go to DD.
Seats taken.
Seats taken. That's it.
So they told me about Dad Tales, and that was it.
Well, I think we all just kind of ended up here from different avenues. But what is up with the gamer tag?
Flipmodefro.
Yeah. Yes, Flipmodefro.
Yeah, Modefro.
Flipmodefro. I don't know. Growing up, I just had. I don't know if I was a magnet for nicknames, but I had a lot of nicknames growing up. Obviously, we've all seen the showdown between me and Hazel's afros.
That's where I remember it from now.
Yes. So, except instead of me trying to squeeze my afro into a football helmet, mine was a hockey helmet, right?
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Flip Mode is a Busta Rhymes reference to his Flip Mode squad. So Busta Rhymes has a Flip Mode squad, and I do have a liking to rap and hip hop. And then through high school, people used to call me Froman. I honestly think people didn't even know what my real name was. They said, "Hey, Froman." Everyone just knew me as Froman. That was it. And so, like, yeah. So,
has Father Time been nice to you? Do you still have an afro, or are you bald like the rest of us?
Oh, I look like Hazel, except it's not big. It's buzzed. It's military style for sure.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that's how I got Flip Mode Squad. Flipmodefro.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I always, that's always one of my favorite questions. I love knowing how people came up with their names because it's a big decision. Because once you said it and everyone gets to know you by that name, you kind of can't change it, you know. But
yeah.
Well, what's the life of a teacher like in Canada? What's the average day of a Canadian teacher?
I love my job. I really do.
Well, let me tie that in with my next question. What is the thing you love most about being a teacher?
I love my job, and that's because we get a lot of holidays. Yes, I get the summers off, but I get like 2 weeks of Christmas, I get March break and all that stuff. But honestly, if you're getting into this job just for the holidays, I can tell you're not going to make it.
You won't last. I know. No, my wife's a teacher. Not. I hear it all.
Kids will eat you alive, or they'll drive you nuts. I meant, and if it's not the kids, then you still got to deal with parents too.
Yeah, that's a part people don't talk about. And I did a teach-in for my wife a couple of years in a row, and I went into I think 3 or 4 classrooms, and talking about what I do for a living, and I even had insect slides and specimens and stuff, and the questions just wore me down. These are like 2nd and 3rd graders, and I came home, I had to take a nap. I was only there for 3 hours. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I really don't.
Again, yeah, you gotta love your job, and I do. I definitely do. I mean, like even today, I ran into some issues. Like I had a supervisor watch my class while they were eating, and he had some issues. I go in, I'm like, "What's going on? Why were you out of your seat?" One thing, he broke down. He's like, "Well, Jimmy was doing that too," and Jimmy's like, "Yeah, well, Frank was doing that as well." So next thing I know, I had like 20 kids. I'm like, "What are you guys all doing? I just asked you to sit down, eat your food, and talk to your friends. That's all you do." Right? But they're running around, slapping each other or pinching each other. So I had to have that chat with them, tell them to calm down. So hopefully it's all good for tomorrow.
Well, I got one more question. It's a 2-parter. And if the guys have any questions, they can ask them after this. What is one thing Americans don't know about Canadians? And what is the biggest fallacy that we think we know about Canadians that is untrue? I know Stu Gott said the maple syrup thing's a crock. He said the maple syrup sucks. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't know where he's getting his maple syrup, but I always think my maple syrup's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what would you, we Americans think
if you're getting maple syrup from like just the store, like if you're just getting Aunt Jemima, then no, that's not freaking Canadian maple syrup. Like there's places that you can get it straight from the trees, and they have their own.
Well, let me rephrase it so I'm not blindsiding you here. Give me a fun fact about Canada or Canadians.
I don't know. Maybe we're easygoing. I guess is that cliche that
no, it's not.
Are always easygoing and stuff like that. I don't know, but I don't know. I typically think we are, but
well, sorry.
Maybe just I am.
Sorry. No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Easy. What do you think
about Canadians?
I was wanting you to say sorry.
Okay, and it's not. How about it's not that cold up here?
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know.
I don't think I can do that. My voice doesn't talk in Canadian.
You don't speak Canadia?
No, I'm too far south. I barely can point it out on a map.
Flip just is like stupid Americans.
Stupid Americans. Yeah, I fall into that bucket.
Any other questions, guys?
But my Aunt Jemima, she actually has a hockey stick with her, and it does say Canadian maple syrup on it.
That's good to know. I was gonna say I click closely at that bottle. As a kid, I used to love looking at that bottle. I never remember seeing a hockey stick. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Flip. I appreciate you being so candid with us, and hopefully you'll stick around and enjoy the show. And Was there anything you wanted to say before we moved on?
No, I'm ready. Let's keep going.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next segment. We're going to move on to our next segment. Jesus. I'm losing it tonight, man. It's been a rough day. I'm tired.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, it's time for the speed run. This is where we have a database of 66 randomly asked questions. You have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. Just remember these are short 1 or 2 word answers, and we're going to keep track of how many were answered. And at the end of the year, the person that answered the most will get a prize. So it is randomly asked. There's no memorization, no order. You have to worry about the next question coming up. So quickly answer what comes to mind, and we'll see how it goes. Are y'all set, Flip?
I'm ready.
All right, you guys know your roles as timekeepers and quality assurance consultants?
Yes, I know my role, and I'm gonna shut my mouth. There we go.
There you go, Hazel.
All right, here we go.
A listener is gonna get that joke, but
okay.
You guys obviously don't. But you're good.
It went over my head. Sorry. All right, here we go. Flip. 3, 2, 1. Would you live on a beach or a cabin in the woods?
Beach.
Could you go with your phone for 48 hours?
Yes.
Would you rather be feared or loved by everyone?
Loved.
Pulse, scout, or auto rifle?
Pulse.
Grenades or melees?
Grenades.
Is racing a sport, yes or no?
Yes.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
Void, solar, or arc?
Void.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Drifter, is he evil, yes or no?
Evil, yes.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Canada.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Warlock.
What is your Destiny 1 favorite weapon?
Joining.
Name one possession you cannot live without.
Done. We'll let you finish this one.
Name one possession you cannot live without.
PS4.
All right, good deal. Good job.
Dude, Flip, you were on it.
Yep. He prepared.
He came to win, man. I think he's going to be...
I was memorizing answers.
All 66 of them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you breezed through them.
Yep. I got a question, though.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the favorite D1 exotic?
Oh, was it exotic?
No, favorite D1
okay.
weapon.
I didn't hear that. I was just like... I thought it was like D1 memory. I thought that's what you said. I was like,
okay. I might have said memory.
Did you say joining?
He said joining.
Yeah.
Hey, he answered. He answered the
it
question. So I mean, he understood at least some of the question about Destiny 1. So we'll give him credit for that.
It cut out just at the end. So.
I mean, if he said, if I said, what is your favorite Destiny 1 weapon, and he said yes, then that obviously wouldn't work.
The stroke. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Hazel.
You don't have to count that, Dorian.
Yeah, no. Let's do it. I have a feeling that you may be a winner.
It was in context.
Well, I mean, okay, we gotta, are we gonna count it or not?
Yeah.
Let's count it, because we're giving all our past guests a second shot, so they're gonna have the same shot as Flip does.
JC Jesse said he was on the strokes, and we took that one.
Yep. So we gotta. Well, JC Jesse's also gonna retake it, so because it faded out so bad.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
17.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Fud's gonna frickin' freak.
Look out, boys.
17. All right, let me put that on the leaderboard. Top of the leaderboard.
Your level.
Yeah, there's something in the water in Canada. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, thanks.
That was funny though. Where in the world, if you could live anywhere, where would you live without
Canada.
even taking a breath?
Canada. Yep, I'm good.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to live in Fiji?
Like...
No, Canada.
Yep. Yeah. Not Texas either.
Well, we are going to have an episode where I'm going to ask my two hosts those questions. So I do plan on doing that before the year ends too. They won't be eligible for but I'm curious to see how quick many they can get as well. So looking forward to that. Okay, well, thanks. Let's move on, guys. Good job, Flip. You are now the leader. You're the guy to beat. 17. All right.
Way to go, Flip.
Congrats, man. Okay. Hey, what you been watching this week, Flip?
Well, I know Hazel's talked about this before, but Handmaid's Tale. I started watching season 3. I only watched the first episode, and I think I almost cried 3 times already.
Jesus.
Really?
That show, it just hits me so hard. I don't know. Again.
Well, you have 2 daughters, right?
Yeah, I do. I have 2 daughters, but man, it just depresses me so much every time I watch the show. I just keep thinking if I was in their position and I knew my daughter was somewhere with someone else and I couldn't reach her, I think I'd just lose my mind. So
I got to ask you.
I guess
did you
I'm
go
investing myself too much.
Did you go hug him? Did you go hug him afterwards?
Yes.
That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. I'm so glad you're here.
Like I picture myself in there, and I'm just like, I was in that situation, I'd be going, crazy. But yeah. Anyhow, to keep it a little bit lighter, I also like to watch Ballers.
It's a great show. HBO.
Nice.
Yeah, and like I already said, like I got a bit of a man crush on The Rock.
So. Who doesn't? That guy's outstanding.
Yeah, I like him. There might be people that hate him, but anyhow, yeah, I like Ballers. It's fun, it's light, so I like watching that. I haven't seen the newest season yet, but I gotta get into that. And another one I do like, but is Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you liked Breaking Bad and you liked Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad, then again, it's all about how he started up.
How is his character in Better Call Saul? Is it pretty much spot on from the character that was in Breaking Bad,
yes.
Or is it a little different?
No, it is. It's just about how he's still this little swindler, wheezy little guy. That's what it's about. It's him just but moving up and how he became that type of criminal lawyer or defense lawyer. So those are my shows.
Very nice.
Nice. Hey Flip, are you excited for El Camino?
Yeah, actually yes, I do want to see for sure. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
What's El Camino?
Oh, it's the Breaking Bad. It's like the first movie that they're doing after the season kind of thing.
Really?
After the show ended.
I didn't hear about this. Where's this coming on? What's this coming on?
Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know when?
Isn't one of them dead though?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, come on. The show's come on. The show's been out for years. I'm sorry. We don't have that kind of protection in this show.
Didn't what's his name, the main character? I can't remember what his name is.
Yes, he dies at the end. Yes.
He dies at the end, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, this picks up with Jesse Pinkman. Because last we see him, he's in the car in the El Camino, coincidentally.
Right. Yeah, right.
And it's picking up, I'm guessing, with his storyline and that.
Wow.
So
blows my mind, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I guess they're doing 3 movies, I think.
Do you know when they're coming out?
I think this one comes out October 5th or October 10th.
Oh my god, that's a few weeks away.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know they were doing 3 movies. I thought it was just the one.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere.
Well, Hazel, you're up. What have you been watching?
For me, it's the same things. I'm still, my wife's still watching Younger, so I'm still kind of watching that. Handmaid's Tale, The Affair, all, my usual shows for right now. One thing I am actually dabbling in is because when I get caught up on all the podcasts that I listen to, I kind of look for something new to listen to. And I've been listening to actually what Skull recommended, that podcast called The Clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, in a weird way, it kind of makes you feel sorry for a serial killer because they just start blaming him for all of these other murders, like that he may or may not have had anything to do with. It's just kind of crazy. It's just like they're blaming like JFK on him, and not really JFK, but they're saying that he killed like John Benet Ramsey and he killed like all these other like unsolved cases and things like that. It's like, what the hell? How can you do that?
Well, they have to solve them. I mean,
but it's in the court of public opinion, basically. So it's just
right.
I mean,
there's no validity to it. It's just
it's just what people are saying.
Right. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Now I'm only like I think 2 episodes into it, and I'm just spellbound. So easy. What about you?
So I have watched one TV show since the last time we spoke. I've watched a Carnival Row, episode 3. It's slow. The character building is not, I don't know, it's hit or miss. The production value is excellent. I think the background, I guess what you would consider the lore, is excellent. It's really, really well done, but the acting at times falls fairly flat. Orlando Bloom is either doing a great job or he sounds like he's half-assing it, kind of. And then I can't remember that chick's name. The main chick, I can't remember her name. She's just not a very good actress. I mean, I mean, in what was it, Valkyrie or
what was Valkyrie?
Was that the movie? No, that wasn't.
Was that
Valerian? What's
Valerian,
the name of that movie?
Valerian.
Yeah,
it was Valerian.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't very good in that either. So
it's funny you should say that. My wife says the same thing. She's very pretty.
She is,
but she doesn't act very well.
I don't even think she's really that pretty.
She's interesting. Know. She's interesting looking.
Yeah. There you go. She's interesting looking, and she's not a very good actress. But I'm going to continue watching it in the hopes that it gets good. Like the premise, I said, is excellent. I'm into it. But actually, last weekend, I went out of town on a guy's trip, and there were 17 of us, and we all stayed at this house. It's me and my high school buddies. We all still have a pretty close net, and once a year we all go. We used to just go camping out under the stars, and it's turned into like we have a little bit of coin now, so we'll rent a house. And on Saturday, like we all show up on Friday, play poker, and then on Saturday we have a full-on tournament. We put names in a hat, and then we do like a random selection, and then you get a partner for the day, and we do like a ping pong, pool, dart, chipping, beanbag toss, and there was one other activity. And you're in this huge bracket, so it's like 14 hours of just crazy, like, it's not sport, but like bar sports tournament. And so that was my weekend, and I actually won the chipping. Pretty excited about that. I got a trophy. Nice. And yeah, it was fun stuff. So we had football on, but other than that, I really haven't watched much anything. What about you, Gator?
Well, I guess this is the movie review section of the show. I saw 2 more movies this week. Both were independent films, so they probably might not be showing at your local theater, but they might be something you want to check out once they come on your streaming services like Netflix or Prime. First one I saw was called Brittany Runs a Marathon. I know what you're saying. What the hell, Gator? This is what I felt when my wife picked this one and said we're definitely seeing it. So I must say, I was pleasantly surprised. This was a great movie. It was, it's about a woman who is out of shape, dead end, kind of looking. She's kind of
sounds enthralling.
She's in her late 20s, and she's like trying to get a life and trying to get her life together, and that time of our lives, where we're kind of lost, and it's where it talks about her struggle, how her first, like in the movie, her first goal was to run 1 block. She was that out of shape. So, and she was scared to go out in the public, and this was in like New York City, so it was around other people and stuff. But I gotta say, it was a very uplifting movie. Definitely a must see. 90%, 88% on the tomato meter, Jay. And I agree. This is a very uplifting movie, and you definitely want to see this. See this with your wife or with your family, because it's very, well, it is. I think it is rated R, but it's very light if it's rated R. But it's very uplifting. Definitely want to see that one. It's especially like with our fitness competitions that we're always in with all our different discords. It's definitely a good movie for that. The next movie.
Sorry, did you say it was based on a true story or no?
It is based on a true story. In fact, at the end, they actually show the real Brittany. And show pictures of her running a marathon. So yeah, definitely see it. It's very good. I like feel good movies. I like getting out of the theater feeling better than when I came in. So that movie definitely did it for me.
I've heard about that one. Yeah, it was. Yeah, my wife really wants to see it. It looks pretty decent to me too.
Yeah, and it's from a woman's point of view, so it's not like a guy movie, but it wasn't overly feminine where you felt like, this is a chick flick, I need to be out of here. No, not like that at all. It felt I was very comfortable, and there was a lot of laughs in it, a lot of comedy. So definitely see it. The next one I saw is another one. This was more on the opposite end of the spectrum. Think of a dark sci-fi movie like Drew Barrymore with Firestarter and like an X-Men minus the special effects. This movie was called Freaks. It was a little confusing at first because you didn't know what was going on, but once it kind of rolled along, it all came together and you realized what was going on. So I don't want to spoil anything, but just think Firestarter with Drew Barrymore if you ever saw that movie, and like I said, like an X-Men type. It's very dialogue heavy, and at the end it has a lot of special effects. I left feeling good about it, terrified also because of if it was real life, we'd be all screwed. It was at 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that was about right. I did want to mention a movie I plan on watching next week, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. It's called Ad Astra with Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, dude, that looks...
Yes, it's on my list. As soon as it comes out Friday, and I'll probably be seeing it over the weekend. So, and I also started watching Carnival Row as well. I'm on episode 3, and it starts to... I agree, Easy, to your point. It's a little slow opening, but once I think it's starting to open up now. We're starting to understand what this movie's about. It's kind of a love story. And
I kind of got that, and I think I wasn't expecting that. But
I wasn't either. I was expecting to be
I'm gonna fly with it.
Yeah, I'm rolling with it. I'm watching it by myself because, to be honest, I mean we also saw the Handmaid's Tale, but my wife has just been flooded with work. It's the beginning of the school year, and she has parents' night and all kinds of meetings and stuff. So it's been really tough to watch anything at home. But I've been watching it on my own just to see if it's worth a watch, and it is. It's very good production value for them.
Yeah, great production. It's like watching a movie every time you watch an episode. Yep. It's incredible.
I also watched the finals of America's Got Talent, so you won't have to hear me talk about that for at least another year. Cody Lee, he's a blind and autistic kid who just plays fantastic piano and sing. He reminds me of Art Garfunkel's voice. Very, very soft-spoken, but very strong voice. And I think he was deserving of the win. I kind of saw that coming. My comedian didn't win at the end, but everything's on YouTube if you want to see the individual acts, and just go to AGT on YouTube. I also saw a documentary. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. It came out in 2004, but I think it was just released on Prime. It's a Star Wars documentary called Star Wars Empire of Dreams. Have you guys seen this?
I haven't even heard of it.
No.
I haven't heard of it either, and it's a 2.5 hour documentary about how it all started. I mean, from all the struggles, where Lucas was trying to get the movie going, and how it almost wasn't a movie. So it's on Prime right now. So before it falls off, definitely want to see that. So that's it for me, guys, for this week.
What's it called again?
It's called Star Wars Empire of Dreams. It was on my you must watch list. They kind of throw those in. It's on Prime Video. Definitely want to see it, dude. If you're a Star Wars fan, or even if you've always wondered about the Star Wthink saga, how it all began, definitely want to see this. Very, very good. I broke it up into 2 1.5 hour parts because it was really long. But I think I was up till 4 a.m. one night trying to finish it. Where you try to just muscle through it and get through it, but I had to go to sleep. So I watched the rest of it the next morning, and really, really good. Really good. So, well, let's switch gears here to what we've been gaming this week. And Flip, you're our guest. I'm gonna move it to you. What have you been doing in gaming this week?
Just one thing. Solo. One thing has been comp. I've been just trying to get to that Fable, and I'm so close. I think I'm at 1980. I'm pretty close. I need probably 3 more wins, but sometimes I feel like I'll go back to, and then I move forward to. So I'm kind of at the same spot again, but. I'm looking to try and get that because I have what's the hand cannon?
The Luna's Howl.
Yeah, I have that lined up to go, and I have obviously the Recluse. So
nice.
Yeah, I'd get those 2.
Yeah, if you play your 3 games, you'll get about 200 to 400 points if you play your 3 comp games every week, and you have 2 weeks left. So that's
right.
You could definitely hit it, man.
Hopefully, yeah. So, and it was, I did the menagerie last night with Hazel, and that was good because I didn't get any of those weapons. So I was, I got a few of those weapons, and I still want to do the menagerie a bit more with Rose. So hopefully we can get Lumina. So that's about it. Oh, and raid. I'm always looking to raid, but I never get there. So.
Oh, it's okay. It'll happen. Get with Kingsley Mack and Send Media, man. Those guys are great. I mean, just
what?
Yeah,
Flip, and I was gonna talk to everybody. I still don't have the full Acreus yet. So if people are down to run a couple Leviathans before,
yeah, absolutely, dude, absolutely. Before
Shadowkeep, I would be down for sure.
I'm down for that. We'll get one together. We got a couple weeks left till the new season.
Right.
So you're trying to get the Catalyst or the Acris itself?
Just the damn Acris.
Yeah, it's a great...
I know I'm 2 years behind, but whatever.
No, you want to get it. It's definitely one you want to get. And if you've worked this hard to get to it, that part, and you're on the last leg, it sounds like, definitely want to get it. Well, I mean, let's bring it to you, Easy. What have you been playing?
So this week, actually Tuesday during the day, I shot Kingsley Mac just a DM, and I was like, hey man, before Shadowkeep, could we run The Last Wish? I don't really feel the need to complete it. I just want to experience it, just get in there. And when I saw it drop a year ago, man, it looked like an incredible raid. It looks like an unbelievable space. Everybody said that it was the closest thing to King's Fall that there was. So I DM'd him on Tuesday, and then later that day he was like, well, when can you do it? And I said, well, I funny thing is I could probably either do it tonight or I could do it in 2 Tuesdays because I'm going to be out of town next week. And he was like, okay, man. And then, like, I don't know, 20 minutes later, he was like, okay, I think I got a team together if you want to do it tonight. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, those guys are great, aren't they? They're fantastic.
So we started it up, and we went through the whole raid, man. We finished it.
You got it done?
Took about, yeah.
Good job, man. That is not an easy raid, dude.
I'm very conflicted on it. Like, it was one of the best times and worst times in Destiny that I have experienced.
That's raiding in general, Easy.
Well, best times because it was those dudes are, you want to talk about some class acts. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are unbelievable. They're patient. They're fun. They carry on conversations too. It's not just all business. I mean, people are chatting and goofing and having a good time. But there were times where I just was not carrying my weight, and I felt like the biggest piece of S on the face of the planet. And when you're playing with guys that know what they're doing, and you're having to learn as they're just kind of like, it's like riding a bike, right? Everybody else is riding a bike, and they're waiting on you to get down the street. That's at times it's how it felt, but considering we passed the raid, I must have pulled my weight enough to get through the encounters. But it was, man, that raid is unbelievable, and the music, especially during, who is the second, Shirochi? The music in that second encounter is just so incredible. Those violins and just the intensity they have in the momentum that they put into that song is incredible. And then you're like just chasing her the whole time. I love that encounter. Yeah, so we went ahead and beat that, and that was great. And I didn't get 1,000 voices, which my interest in that gun is less than 0, so I really don't care. But I got a Fatebringer. The curated roll for the hand cannon is a Fatebringer roll.
Oh,
and it's real. It's got 73 range on it.
Wow.
And it's Better Devil's archetype.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got Outlaw and Dragonfly, and then it's got 2 other range perks. And that gun is awesome. I was using it in Crucible earlier, and it was wearing people out. So I'm really happy. I had a great week in Destiny.
Nice, man. Nice. Well,
very cool.
I started playing Borderlands 3 this week, and so far I'm loving it. I got a couple bones to pick. Oh my god.
How's performance? Is the performance pretty all over the place?
There's 2 things I have problems with, and I mentioned this on Potato Thumbs. If you go to graphical setting, it just goes to crap on the PS4 Pro, at least. But if you go to performance, it's like flipping a switch. All of a sudden, everything is crystal clear, 60 frames, best I can tell. Looks really good. Now, one thing, the guns are so much fun that once you get a gun, you don't want to get rid of it, but problem is your power level starts getting higher and you have to start swapping out better guns. That's the thing about Borderlands. There's no infusion, so when your gun is too weak, you just have to throw it away. It's so sad, but
right.
But that's the one thing
I
about
playing another. I think Diablo's like that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm playing Diablo on the Switch, and it sucks because you find something you love, and then like you can't do anything to it. It's just
Well, the thing I'm having a hard time doing, and I've got my light settings like all the way up. The shading with this new shading system they have, it's not as bright. So there's more shadows, which it makes it more realistic. I get that, but I'm having a hard time seeing the enemies, like at mid-range. So I see the bullets coming from them, but I have a hard time getting headshots because they're ducking behind cover and popping up and stuff, but it's really hard unless you're right on them or you have a sniper scope or some kind of long scope. It's really hard to see them. I'm having a really hard issue with that. So, but enough Borderlands talk. As far as Destiny 2, I played Iron Banner this week with Warcry. I finished my Suros Regime exotic auto rifle catalyst. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I had a little snapshot of it popping up on my screen. I tell you what, auto rifles really got a long way to go in Crucible. They're not strong. And problem with an auto rifle is you have to commit to your shot. Once you turn the corner and you're aiming on somebody and you're pulling the trigger, and they're running, you have to follow that shot, and you can't poke in and out like with a pulse rifle. So, yeah, it definitely tested my patience running that. Whether it was a fast up firing or the slow firing, which is what I ended up going with, it was difficult. So, auto rifles need a help in the Crucible, that's for sure. Other than that, I complete my gunsmith bounties every day. I've got about 800 enhancement cores. I got about 900 mod components. And I work on planetary resources. I'm just stocking up because I know there's going to be a lot of infusion and upgrading armor and stuff coming. So I'm just trying to prepare for that. And one other thing I did do is I played the open Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta this last weekend on PS4. It was just for PS4 and Xbox. This weekend they have PS4, Xbox, and PC, and they have the crossplay enabled. So I'm curious to see how that works. They're supposed to have one of these big giant map games open too, like a 30v30 or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know next week how that is. But I tell you what, I haven't played Call of Duty in 5 or 6 years. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't as bright. It's a different engine. It's dedicated servers, so you don't have to worry about lag switching and people, zigzagging all over the place. I had a lot of fun with it. So that was it for me. Hazel, what about you?
Well, it was funny. All week long up until now, I've been thinking I really haven't played much Destiny or anything really. But then I was looking at all my notes and stuff, and I was like, holy shit, I've done a lot actually. Basically, it all started on, I want to say Saturday or maybe Sunday. I was looking at Reddit, and I said this on Potato Thumbs too, but I'll go into a little more detail here. But I was playing, I saw this guy, his name is Deshane, and he was just saying, hey, I'm trying to get the Lumina, so anybody who wants to help can. So I just sent him a message. I was like, hey, let's go ahead. I still need that too. I'm not really doing anything. Let's just screw around and find out what we're doing. So we teamed up. We went right into the menagerie, and he's like, hey, what should I get? He's like, I'm thinking about working on the armor. So he's got slotted the runes in, all that good stuff. We beat it. He got 3 arms.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 arms.
Was it a Friday?
Yeah, it was Friday. Or it was, I think it was Sunday.
Okay.
So yeah, he got 3 arms. And we were laughing at it. He's like, was that just a funky glitch or what? Well, he's like, I need the legs. Because he only need, basically, I think, the legs and then, the cloak or something like that, so his mark or whatever. So he's like, okay, we ran it again. He did the legs, got 3 more legs. So basically, because we did the community event, they opened up the slots again, so that basically you get 2 drops, but if you perfected your chalice, you end up getting a 3rd drop.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so you get to the end and you have the single chest there, right?
Yep.
Do you have to run in and out to do it again, or you just get 3 drops off of 1 set of runes?
3 drops off of 1 set of runes.
Wow. You could do some major farming, man.
Exactly, right.
And I heard on Fridays they added another chest, so you might be able to get 4 on Fridays.
Mm-hmm. Well, Flip and I and Warcry and Deshane, we ran it again yesterday, and we were getting 4 drops, I think, right?
I was getting 3, but
you were getting 3.
My chalice isn't perfected yet. I still have 1 more.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, so I was getting 4. So
wow.
But Deshane, it was cracking us up that we were laughing at it because he ended up we ran it a 3rd time, and he's like, all right, I guess I'm getting 3 cloaks now. So he had 9 pieces of armor off of basically 3 runs. So yeah, that was a fun time there. And then meanwhile, I was running for weapons, so I ran Beloved twice, so I got 6 Beloveds. One of them was...
Did you get some good rolls? Did you do some good rolls you liked?
I got one with Snapshot and Box Breathing.
Okay.
That's right.
Yep. So that was very, very nice. Then last night I got an Arental. I think I got 4 of those. No, I'm sorry, 8 of those.
Wow.
Yeah. I got 8 of those, and one of them, the best one, had basically range of 84.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, we ended up quitting. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to try this thing out. And I was shooting people at distances I had no business shooting people.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It was so much fun. I loved it.
Well, do you have any of them with backup plans on?
No. These have like the shittiest. This one has like the shittiest perks ever.
Wow.
And just has 84 range.
Yeah, just has 84 range.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I've used it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's that, and the one perk is what's the one that gives you like more damage the further you go into the clip?
Reserves. High impact reserves. Yeah. See, the thing people think about a rental is they think it's because of range. It's not. Range definitely helps. It keeps your projectiles tighter. But what it is how many projectiles it takes to kill. If you look at the impact number above, the impact's crazy high. And that's how you can map people, because you only need 4 projectiles of the 6 or 8 that come out to actually hit them. So you can map people pretty easily with that gun.
Yeah, it's nasty, and I'll be honest, the first time I shot somebody with it at like a distance I had no business shooting them, I started dancing and celebrating and doing stuff like this, and then he switched to Jotun, and he lit me up from further distance. So, but then today I was off, so I ended up playing a little bit of the Reckoning, and I got the curated Night Watch. The scout rifle.
Yeah, nice.
I think I got 4 pieces of armor.
All right, so you can finally play Gambit Prime now.
4 different pieces. You got the full set, almost the full set.
Yeah, almost the full set.
What role?
Sentry.
Okay, good. That's a decent role. You can mark spot invaders. If you're near the bank, you get like max health, and it's really nice because you can take out blockers really fast.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that with Gambit Prime, nobody plays Sentry, so that's the reason why I picked it.
If you're solo queuing a lot, Sentry's a good role to have, because all you have to do is make sure there's no blockers and everyone can bring those moats right in. If there's no hiccup there, you guys can, if they're smart and they empty their moats and they don't try to get 15 every time, then the invaders will have nothing to kill, nothing to worry about taking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah, and then I played God of War for about another 5 minutes.
Good job. Hey, 5 minutes this time, not 3. Awesome, dude.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and that's pretty much all for me.
All right, well, thanks, guys. Sounds like we had a good week. I can't wait to hear what we're doing next week. I know we're getting closer to the new season, so Flip, you'll get it, man. Come on, I got faith. If I see you on, man, I'll jump in. I'll try to help you if I can. If I see you on,
because it's gonna reset, right? So if I don't get there, I don't.
Yeah, you got to get. Yeah, it resets in 2 weeks. October 1st, just gonna go back to 0. So
I might rage quit.
Yeah, no. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, dude. We'll make sure. We all here will make sure you get it.
All right, thanks, boys.
So, what about me?
You don't have it yet either, Hazel?
Motherfucker, no.
What have you been doing, man?
Apparently all the wrong shit.
I'm just kidding.
You know,
Hazel, do you know where you're at? Where are you at for Glory?
Glory 1498 Glory.
Okay.
For like overall competitive, and I think I'm at 3200 for Revoker.
All right, I'll just give you an example. Me and Warcry played one night during Iron Banner, so I'm thinking all the sweaty players were playing Iron Banner. So we went in there, we got on a 7-win streak, and I went from I think 1500 and something to 2200. Actually 2090, and I said I'm not taking any chances. I just waited for the reset to bump me up, and sure enough, that's what happened. So that's all you got to do is just get to the 2000 mark, and then once you're at the 2000 mark, the next week reset, as long as it's not the new season, will bump you right into Fabled. That's how I did it.
Okay. So don't you have to say to that? My body is ready.
I'm gonna definitely clip that for later. All right, guys, let's move on. Hey, thanks for the input, guys, and we are now gonna go to This Week at Bungie. Okay. Hazel, you're up. What's up this week with Bungie?
All right. Well, glad I didn't reach for my beer when you said that. So, all right. No lie, I was reaching for it.
Well, I mean,
you didn't let me know or anything. You know?
Okay. That's what the 3-2-1 usually means, but go ahead.
Hey, all right. I might have an alcoholic tendency there.
All right.
Anyway. All right. So, the TWAB, pretty light on information. So, main thing here, raid will be dropping Saturday, October 5th. Garden of Salvation, aka
so
the Black
is
Garden.
this the first time? I'm sorry. Is this the first time a raid has ever dropped on Saturday? It's usually on Fridays.
Yes,
right?
It is the first time.
Yes, it is.
Very interesting. Very interesting. They chose Saturday.
Yep, and 4 days out from the drop.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it gives time to reach power levels and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, all right. They also showed the 2 new emblems that you can get. One of them if you beat it within the first 24 hours. The second one if you beat it basically after that. And then moving on from there, they talk about the thing that we all know and love. When you go to delete something, if you go to apply a shader, something like that, you hold down the button and then from some magical reason, it just stops and you have to redo it all over again. You start questioning your sanity after a while. So they thought they fixed it. We all know they didn't. So they are trying to fix it again. And it looks like that will be done with the next update, I believe. I'm sorry, no, 2.6 is when that will be updated. And then, preparing for launch here, there is basically update 2.6, which is going to kind of pave the way for Shadowkeep for existing PC players. And with that, so please make sure that you put away all of your stuff for PC or for the transition over to Steam. Go ahead and start doing that.
In other words, get your ass in gear and link it to Steam, and then you won't have any issues.
Pretty much. And again, Battle.net and Silver basically stop. You can't buy Silver on Battle.net anymore, so go to Steam, aka. And then aside from that, the last piece here is about New Light. New Light will be basically available for all basically like new players who are joining up, and I may delete my Hunter possibly to screw with New Light maybe.
So when I was raiding with Kingsley the other day, he had mentioned that if you start a new character, you will get to play through the very first D1 mission.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
And on the new engine with the new graphics, and you'll get to play through that brand new mission. You'll get the Kvostov, and then once you beat that mission, your character will jump up to 750. So I'm gonna start a pissy pants warlock for New Light. I've been for the past 2 months, I've been buying all the warlock stuff from Xur just so I have some exotics when I do get my pea puddle on. So I thought that was awesome. That's going to be so much fun to play that mission again.
Yeah, I think that actually with New Light, it's not just that mission. I think it's other key missions. I think is what they said.
It's like a modified.
So
it's a modified first mission, I think, isn't it?
No, I think it is the legit first mission, but then it's also going to be some other key missions throughout all of Destiny's history and stuff like that. I think.
Really? Okay.
That's
I didn't
good to
know
know.
that.
I think. So I think that might. I mean, I think it'd be cool if it took you through Rise of Iron, one of those missions.
Cool.
I'd love to have a Dreadnought mission. I would love to have a Dreadnought mission.
Yeah, I will delete my Hunter right now if that's the case. Maybe my Warlock. I don't know. Whichever one has less armor.
Well, that's cool.
That's all. So, Flip, do you have all 3 characters? Are you all maxed out, or do you only play with one?
No, I got time for just one. So I'm Warlock. That's it. There's nothing else. I tried to do a Hunter for a bit, but again, there's just so much stuff I don't have just with my there's so many guns I don't have. Just there's not enough time.
Yeah.
Between kids and, with, I play sports too. I'm like, there's almost so much time in the day you can do, So.
Right.
You know what, though? You know what's going to be nice, though, about that flip is I think Bungie with this season pass thing, and I think Hazel, you had something to say about that with Paul Tassi, I think was leaking something about it. They're going to make it where people who don't just have the time to pour into it, like us diehard players, are going to be able to get, have some way of getting the things that are out for the season. And you have you have that battle pass like bar where you can tell what you need to work on night by night. Or, if you play, 8 hours a week or whatever time you have available, you can kind of plan out what you're going to do to get to that next point to get that piece of armor or that exotic or whatever. So you pre-ordered Shadowkeep Flip? Yeah,
No, not yet. I have to.
You're going to? Okay. Yeah, if you do that, then you'll be on the premium track because you'll be paying for the next season. It's included. So you'll be getting on the fast track to getting all those goodies. And Hazel, didn't Paul Tassi had something out about that?
Yeah, he did. I actually took it and I threw it in our Discord just to show, because it shows all 100 ranks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I got a question. So I don't know if you guys have looked at this or not.
Yeah, I browsed at it.
But I thought that, some of the stuff, unless I'm just blind as a bat, but I thought some of this stuff, that you can get from the premium track was going to be available in the free track.
I think it is. You just have to work harder. What I remember seeing when I first saw that bar showing the people who were on the premium track, every level you got something. On the not so premium track, the free track, I think it was every 5 or 6 levels you would get something to drop. You're gonna get the exotic stuff. You just got to play longer. And they have the partition at the end where if you've run out of time and you want to get that exotic hand cannon or whatever it is at the end, you're going to be able to purchase that. And I have mixed opinions on that, but I'm not going to get into it here. But you can finish up your track with just a few bucks and then still get what you want. So hey, at least they're giving you the option, And keep in mind, every season this stuff disappears, and then they said they're going to put it in future drops, but they're very vague on when that's going to happen.
Exactly. But yeah, the thing that I noticed is that there's a an auto rifle that's in the free track, that's not in the paid track.
Everything that's in the free, we'll definitely get it. We'll just get it earlier. I was looking at that bar. Believe me, we'll get everything like 2-3 times faster than the free track. But what'll happen is if you looked at that bar, if that auto rifle was at the top and not at the bottom, you're definitely going to get it because you're getting the top and the bottom. Think of it that way. You're getting both tracks because you just
have to make it to that rank.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they're just saying that auto rifle, for instance, is free to everybody, and when you reach that rank, everybody will get it. So,
do we know how much the paid track is going to be yet?
They haven't released it.
They haven't said that.
I'm guessing $19.99. No. That's my guess. We'll see if I'm right. And
I'm saying. See, that would make sense. So I'm thinking that Bungie will say either $24.99 or $29.99.
Wow, that seems kind of expensive.
That sounds expensive.
The whole season is $60. $60 you can buy the expansion and the whole season. That would seem like the easiest way to go for everybody. They've made it definitely more. It's very convoluted how they all this a la carte stuff. I don't know. I would, if I were you, just buy the seasonal. Just buy the $60. It's a full game, but hey, you're going to get a full game's worth. What are you going to spend $60 on that you're going to put 1,000 hours into? Let's think of it that way, because
it's well worth the money for sure.
You're going to play all year. Even if you're only playing 8 hours a week, you're still going to play it all year. You're going to get your money out of it. So I realize not everybody can drop $60, at will. You just save up for it, I don't know what else to tell people, but if this is your hobby and you like video games, it's part of doing it.
But that's not giving you the premium.
It is. It is.
No. I thought
no, it's not.
No, the $60 is Shadowkeep and 4 seasons. So essentially, you have Shadowkeep in the next 4 seasons.
Yeah, which means you're on the premium track.
No,
but that's not.
All right, tell me where I'm wrong. Track. If you're buying the season pass, then you're on the premium track.
No, the season
they're separate.
What?
Yeah, the season pass only gives you the activities to play. It doesn't give you the.
So how much extra is the paid track?
That's what I'm saying.
This is so weird. I've never had to deal with this.
No. So you could pay $60 now, and you could not get all the stuff at the end of the season, and then you would have to shell out the extra whatever it is to get the premium track. So you could essentially be paying almost $90 for the next 90 days. Is that how long a season lasts? So you could be paying $90 the next 12 weeks. The good thing is the following 12 weeks you'd only have to drop 30 because you'd already have all 4 seasons, and that's kind of where they're trying to make it work out for you. But it's going to be fairly expensive to play Destiny. I mean, it's a live game.
It's free to play now, so
it is free to play, but that doesn't include all the good stuff. I mean, if you're a Destiny player, it does not include the good stuff.
I don't understand that because I got the deluxe edition. It included the Shadowkeep, which was what, $30 for the expansion,
and 4 seasons.
4 seasons. Yeah. So that means if you've bought the season, you're not playing. If you're able to play all the stuff, you should be on the fast track because you bought the season.
No, you're still on the free track at that point.
Yeah. So how much is it? I guess is my question to get on the bottom track.
Well, that's what we were saying, Gators. We don't know. They
really
haven't released that amount yet.
Are you kidding me? I've already pre-ordered this game.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm irritated now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm irritated.
You play enough, Gator. You play enough that I don't think it'll be a problem for you. Okay. It'll be expensive for people like me and maybe even like someone like Flip. Flip, what do you play, like 10 hours a week, maybe? Less than 10 hours a week?
Yeah, but I'm an idiot. I would still buy it for $90 anyways.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Flip, is that people like me and you are going to have to possibly, if we want the gear, it's going to be $60 now, then it will be $30 every 12 weeks. If we want the stuff.
FOMO.
If it's 30. Yeah.
If it's 30, just whatever the price. Right. Let's just pretend it's $24.99. It'll be $60 now and then another $70 throughout the seasons.
God almighty.
Then it'll be $130.
Yeah.
And that's not even including like your internet and your
of course.
To play whatever platform. Right. If you're on PS4, you got to be on the PSN. Like, it's not a cheap hobby.
No.
But it's just something to think about, right?
That is heavy. It is quite a bit.
So what you're saying is Bungie has not told us how much this premium track is.
Right.
Correct.
Are you kidding me?
And they're not going to tell us until they drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm irritated.
That's why people are kind of nervous.
Oh, well, I understand how they are now. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Damn it, man.
So, Hazel, am I right about that, or am I?
Yeah, no, you're completely right. I mean, I feel terrible, man. I feel like we just told Gator there's no Santa.
Gator, there's no Santa.
I'm pouting right now.
Spoiler alert to our listeners too. There's no Santa.
Yeah, don't let your kids listen to this podcast, please.
No. Skull. There's still a Santa. Don't believe these guys.
Did you have anything else to add, Easy?
You know what? Just real quick, I watched a Fallout video. 10 quick guns that he said to get before Shadowkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Broadsword, if you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
He said he thinks the Polaris Lance is really going to be key this season, just due to the drop-off with pulse rifles. Whisper the Worm, he thinks is going to come back. Soul Survivor, I don't even know what the hell that is.
That's the sniper rifle from Reckoning. I've got a couple of them.
The Last Man Standing shotgun, Dustrock Blues shotgun, the spare rations. Everybody needs this. The exotic catalyst. Crimson is going to be deadly.
Oh, I cannot wait, dude. Yeah. That was my go-to raid weapon. Like, especially in the layers where you had to sit in spots and get pummeled by ads. And you had to try to stay alive, for a certain amount of time on plates. It's the one that was really tough. It was all indoors, and it was like the third part of the first year of Destiny 2. It's eluding me now, but It was that third layer it came out, and you had to stand on plates, and there was no way, if you didn't have a crimson or something that gave you health as you were killing.
Spiral Stars?
That was it. Yeah. That was it. It's the only raid I haven't done haven't done the prestige on because it is just so intense. But,
right.
You know, I think
and then he said 150 grenade launcher with spike grenades, which I think we all have. He said the Wendigo is going to be key. Mm-hmm. The Outbreak perfected in the Recluse. And then clearly that's more than 10 guns. And he just said that his math was bad at the end of it.
That sounds like Fallout.
He said all of those guns are going to be probably some of the standout stuff, not including the new stuff that drops. So
right.
Get grinding.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about rapid pulses?
I'm telling you, slow firing pulses and rapid pulses, they're gonna be on a comeback.
I think so too.
He didn't say anything about those, but Actros or Altros or whatever.
Aztec Cross.
Aztec Cross. Dude, that guy's hilarious.
I love him.
Because he has a southern accent.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's great.
But he loves rapid fire pulses like you wouldn't believe. Mm-hmm. He's all about them. So he swears that those are going to be meta this next season as well.
Well, think about this, Easy. The broadsword, what is it? It's a slow-firing pulse with the potential to become a fast-firing pulse. But I'm telling you, I was talking about this last week. You might be able to possibly two-tap with a slow-firing pulse because of the new modifiers they've added. I think they've added the headshot precision damage up 1 point, which is enough to get, I think, anybody with 4 to 5 armor. I think you'll be able to two-tap people at that rank, at that level or below. You may have to 3-tap people with higher armor levels, but I'm telling you, I've got that Einstein D. I'm just ready to pull out. I've got a god roll of one.
Sweet.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, let's switch gears here. Let's talk about the Bungie Vidoc that came out this week. We got about 7 or 8 minutes here left. Let's discuss this. Does anybody have any opinions on what they saw or want to start off with something? All right, I'll start.
No. Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to. Well, I know that you have notes.
I did. When I watched it. Yeah, when I watched it, I broke it down. They talk the first part of the Vidoc. They talk about how this is a big first step that's going to push this story right into the last season, which is season 11. They said it all starts with Eris's big discovery, and the one sentence that I read from that was, "It explains Bungie's direction and what does this mean for March." So they're saying that what Eris discovers in this first season is going to have an impact on what's coming in March. So I can't wait. They talk about the nightmares, how they're manifestations of our past traumas. In other words, past bosses that we've had to face in Destiny 2.
Crota.
Right. Yeah, they talk about the shaman weapons that you get from Eris. It's probably going to be the new grind, with Eris. She's probably going to have her own weapon armory or something we're going to have to earn weapons from. And they said that they turn red and they actually glow when the nightmares are close. So I thought that was kind of neat.
That's awesome.
They were going to warn you when a nightmare was getting nearby. You'll be able to re-roll those and the armor that you get from her. So I just happened to see a glimpse. There's some bounties that you're going to be able to get from her to get certain components, of course, that you're going to have to put into like some kind of key, and then the key will re-roll. I don't know exactly. It's very vague, but that's what I did see in there. And they really emphasize how this was going to be one continuous story, and that you needed to be in every season because you're going to be asking that question to your friends. Hey, do you remember when that came out in season of the Undying? Remember that one beast came out? We were having a hard time killing it. They said that's the kind of stories you're going to be talking about, well into, season 10 and 11. So definitely want to pay attention and participate in each season because they're going to tie into the next season. And want to tune in.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That they're going to make it a bit more connected each story one to the next. Because I've been trying to watch some of those Vive videos, and because I didn't really know a lot of the lore that when I was playing. I came in late, so it'd be nice to have something that's more connected all the way through.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely it gives you intentionality. Why are we playing? Are we just killing stuff just to fill a bounty up? I want to know. There's got to be some kind of direction while we're doing all this. So maybe they're going to tie more lore in. I can't wait. It's going to be kind of neat. Let's see. They talked about new ways to play. How with the seasonal artifact, you'll be able to, if you play a lot, you'll be able to get your power above the cap. You could have someone who plays a ton that may have 1,000 light and be able to just jump in and kill everything. But we'll have to see how quickly that we can get that. They talked about the dungeon. There were going to be teams of 3. It was going to be like a mini raid, but without the time commitment of a raid. So I'm happy for that. I hope they have one of those every season. For PvP, they talked about how the Destiny 1 maps they're bringing back. In the Crucible labs, how they're going to have 3 different iterations of elimination. I think what they're going to do there is they're planning on bringing trials back, but I think they want to know what everyone's gelling with. I have a feeling that's what they're going for there. A single evolving world. They talked about how Act 1, it was going to be the Vex invading from the Black Garden, and then the next season it'll be something else. They were talking about how Season 8 was going to be the start of something big. Things were going to intensify in Season 9. It was going to get really crazy in Season 10, and then on Season 11, right before the end of the year, it was all going to come together somehow. So that was very vague, but they mentioned that in the Vidoc. They said also that if, they were kind of making a gamble here on how they were doing this year of Destiny. But the great thing about it is that they're their own entity now. And that if their gamble doesn't pay off, guess what? They can just switch it to something else. So, I hope it works out for them. I hope this is the right direction everyone likes. And they just said that, Shadowkeep was the foundation for the whole future of Destiny for the next 5 years. So I thought that was intriguing. Of course, they didn't tell us much. It was very vague. But what do you guys think? Those were my notes on everything. Did you guys have any comments? Anything you wanted to say?
I agree with Flip, and I agree with you that I do, as of now, I think the model of, hey, big story expansion once a year that helps drive all these separate little webs for the rest of the year through the different seasons, and then concluding it. However, we still haven't concluded Kalish yet, have we? Like, he's still out there somewhere.
There's a lot of loose ends that we don't really know,
Right.
Is the Drifter going to be doing anything else? Is he tying into something? We don't know. I guess we're going to find out. I mean, what about the pyramid ships? When are these things going to come in? Is it going to be Destiny 3 or is it going to be Destiny Online like Luke told me in my dream?
Yep. There is a what was that line that I posted? I feel like Luke Smith put the Destiny 3 notion to bed in that Vidoc. He said something that I felt was like that it's just not happening.
The feel I got from that is that, listen, we got to make Destiny 2 better before we can even think about a Destiny 3 or a Destiny whatever. So I think they're focusing on Destiny 2 right now. And, I think once the new consoles are out next fall, which I have a feeling that's when they're going to be coming out, that might be their time to make their big move to online, because they're talking about how the consoles can't handle how big this game has gotten, that it's going to be 100 and something gigs. Most people have 500 gigs in their whole system. And, if you don't have a separate hard drive or anything, it's going to make it really tough if you like to play other games. Looking at you, Easy, because I know you like to play AC and other games, but maybe on your Switch, but...
Yep.
But that's 100 gigs on your system, on your hard drive, and that may be, for some people, they don't even have that much. So I have a feeling what they're going to do is when the new platforms come out for PlayStation and whatever Xbox's version is going to be, I think they're going to have huge hard drives in them, because I think they realize the graphics of games today are so enormous, file sizes, no matter what engine they're using. I think they already know this. And I think they've already just planted the seed in our head that, hey, these games are really getting big and we're really worried. But I don't think they're really worried. I think they're just planting the seed in our head that we need to buy the next consoles coming around the corner. And that when it goes Destiny Online and they bring all the Destiny 1 gear into the fold, and then this file size is 250 gigs, then that'll be it. He told me this in a dream. That's another $1, Hazel. So, I don't know what to tell you. I have a feeling this. I'll see if the old Gator's right in a year, right? Let's just leave it at that. So
cool.
Anything else, guys?
One thing that was a rocket launcher thing they showed there. Did it seem like that it came out with like Chaos Nova little bombs after it?
Yeah,
did I see that right or not?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Top Tree Nova, which I use a lot of. But this is it. I think it's slow firing, so the balls probably come out at like the same speed as a Nova bomb. But instead of the giant orb, you have the other fillers that break off. I think it's going to be a lot like that.
So you think it hits first and then it breaks off with these little Nova Bombs, or you think little Nova Bombs just come flying?
I think it's going to be like Wolfpack rounds in the Galahorn. I think they'll come out like 4 or 5 of them, and they'll just all swarm on something. But it'll be slow like the initial bomb off of Nova. I think it'll be slow like that. I think it'll be like a marshmallow gun. I have a feeling. Yeah. Now watch me get that one wrong. Anything else, guys?
I'm good.
All right. Let's move on.
Status report. Exodus Black. Superstructure integrity, 17%. Data store integrity, 38%. Power core integrity, 89%. Failsafe AI core protocol integrity. End status report.
Okay, guys, it's that time of the week. It's our time to answer our questions from our Discord and Twitter. We have, I think, one from Twitter this week, but we'll finish that one at the end. So let's start with our Discord. Easy, you're up.
Alrighty, we got some great questions tonight. We got some thinkers tonight, so this should be interesting. So we'll kick it off. Chris 3711 says this is amazing, and sometimes I read things and think how lucky I am to stumble upon this entire community. I had questioned all set, but then scrolled up to read what some of the others were, and so I am moved, not just by Agent H's story, and again, Agent H, that was awesome that you shared that. But the responses after, and now I can only think of this one. Question: has there ever been a moment in your lives that you can't believe has led you down a path that you never thought was intended for you? Mine is finding this community and the opportunities it has given to me. Or if I could add one more thing, I would not take Uncle Skundef as my uncle because I already consider him as a brother. Cheers, mate. Does anybody have an answer they want to go first? Anybody kind of passionate about this question?
Well, I can.
Okay.
So for me, I mean, I've had a couple of these things, a couple of these moments in my life, but probably the one that's probably the most meaningful is that for me and the type of person I am, in case you haven't noticed on this show, is that I'm very sarcastic, I take nothing seriously, things like that. Well, I was unemployed and I started my job at a bank. And when I went into the interview, I'm like, I am just not bank material in no way, shape, or form. It was just like, hey, I'm just going to do this to make ends meet and things like that. I'll just be buttoned down and be professional and everything else that I imagined a banker being. Well, the woman who interviewed me, she led me on a tour, and there was a guy who had tattoos on his neck and on his hands and everything else. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's not a banker. But yeah, he was a banker. So I never thought that I would be a banker. And the thing about that is simply the fact that I've taken what I've learned in life and also at my job, and I've helped my friends, my family, and customers, obviously, but about saving money and getting on a better track than where they were previously. It's weird, not a day goes by that somebody doesn't thank me, either a customer, family member, something like that, where they look at their account and they're like, holy shit, I've got more money in my account than I ever thought I would.
Dude, that's awesome. One of mine I'll get into. One of them I won't, just because it's probably not show appropriate. But one is just, I got my wife pregnant and I became a father, and I never ever could have imagined being a father. I pictured myself before I met my wife. I was a party animal, and I never wanted to have kids. You know what? I take it back. I thought the idea of having kids was awesome, but having a wife and settling down and having a mortgage and all that crap was not for me. And it happened, and it has made me 180. I mean, it's taken a while. Again, taking a dog from the street and turn it into a dog in your house is it takes a while, right? But I think meeting my wife was one of the biggest changes in my life. And I know that the guys on the podcast know this, but I am extremely religious. I know I don't always act it. I know that I slip up, and I don't always use great language sometimes. But I think I attribute all of those principles in my life to really put me on the right path. So those were kind of my two big things for me in my life. So
yeah,
Gator,
Chris, thanks for asking this question because man, this goes really deep into a lot of people's lives, and I appreciate you. And Agent H, he mentioned it last week about his daughter that passed, but I was a total mess, total lost person in my early 20s, and I really can relate to a lot of. My son is 22 now, so I can kind of relate, and I kind of know what he's going through. You know, when you're 22, you're young and dumb. You know, you think you know everything, you think you'll never get hurt, and I really came to a point where I was so irresponsible. My dad came up to me, and I'll never forget it. He came up to me and he said, "Son, there comes a time in your life you have to stand up and be counted." And I mean, just thinking about it right now, I'm about to bawl. It was a time in my life. It was like a switch had been turned. And all of a sudden I realized, hey, bud, you're a grown up now. It's time to really get moving. And I would say probably 3 years later, I met my wife, which was a friend of my sister's, by the way. I was set up on a blind date. Never knew that would become what it became. And
right.
27 years, well, almost 30 years later, I mean, I have just the best wife in the world. She's so supportive of my hobby, and it's a time-consuming hobby being a gamer. You know, there's a lot of times you know, they're watching TV by themselves and you kind of feel bad, you know, but you're in a raid and you're trying to help out some guys, or you want to help out friends. And there's times when, you know, you want to be in there with them, and and just over the years, you learn to adapt to each other's hobbies and what they like to do. So, yeah, I mean, and then now I have 2 kids that look to me for guidance, and it's just amazing. I mean, gratitude is the one thing I think about every morning, and I thank God that my life has turned out the way it has, and I'm so grateful. Everyone needs to do that. Every day you need to realize what good you have in your life, and forget about all the bad shit, because you know what? There's always going to be bad shit. Remember what you have in your life that you can grip onto, and that's really good. I'll leave it at that.
Great answer, Gator.
Nice.
So, Flip, you don't have to get into this very...
Yeah, follow that, Flip. Sorry, man.
No, I was saying, like, yeah, I was looking at him. Like, that's a tough question, but I was thinking right now, I'm just like, you know, I don't know if there was one defining moment that it was just a lot of little moments. I'm like, this could have gone one way or the other. I don't know if I'd be, you know, where I am today as a Catholic teacher, you know, with, you know, 2 beautiful girls and beautiful wife. I don't know if I'd be there. I was just thinking, like, you know, how I got into school, or, you know, how I got my job, if I would have decided to do this or that. Like, when I went to teachers college, I actually went to teachers college in the States. I went to SUNY Potsdam in upstate New York. And their 3rd semester, I had the choice of going anywhere in the world to teach. So, you know, Australia, New Zealand, like, you know, pick a place, you know, anywhere. But I decided actually to come right back home. And I'm glad I did, because getting a teaching job up here got really tight. And because I spent 4 months working in my board and, you know, schools that I was going to be around, I was able to get my foot in the door a little bit sooner than other people. So I got a full-time job right away. So I mean, you know, just small things throughout your life that you think about, you're like, man, I'm glad I made that decision. Or, or maybe I made the wrong decision. Maybe that's where I am right now. But yeah, so yeah, Chris, thanks for
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Almost everything from here on out. Second time.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, what a heavy question to start out with, but thank you for
so to lighten it up, Uncle Scumdath asks the next question.
Great question.
What cover song is better than the original? Mine is Faith No More.
I got one.
Okay.
The original song was by 9 Inch Nails called "Hurt."
Mother.
I'm sorry, dude. The remix when Johnny Cash did it before he passed. I about broke into tears when I heard that song. It's such a heavy song. I'm sorry, dude, if I picked yours. I know we should have probably told each other what our picks were, but that was one I was searching for it. I couldn't remember the name. Didn't come to my mind, but that's my answer.
That's a good pick, yeah.
All right, I'm going last.
All right.
Everybody, buy time.
I threw mine on. I answered that question, too. I put Darius Rucker, Wagon Wheel.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You motherfucker, too.
I threw that. I answered that question, so I was out there.
As Hazel frantically goes to Google.
No, I'm not. You have no proof.
I can hear the keystrokes. Yeah, good answer, man.
This is a really hard question from.
You know what? Uncle Scumdeath always comes up with really good questions.
Like I guess I just didn't see this one at the beginning, and I'm.
You're on Google too.
Yeah. Well, didn't you? No, wait a minute. No, you picked one. You picked one. I'll help you out, Easy. What was that song by Prince you put in our list, our podcast?
No, I added that.
Oh, it was
nothing
Hazel's.
Compares to You.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't remember who put it in there, but yeah, that was a nice cover.
Speaking of this, it's not better, but it's really darn close. You know what? Crap, I've got it. Hold on.
Hazel, do you got an answer?
Nope.
Don't worry, I'll fix it in post.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that's one of those things where you go like, and we're gonna cut, and then.
Oh, I got it. It's Sturgill Simpson.
Okay.
He's a country singer down here, Oklahoma, Texas area, and he redid this song called "The Promise."
Okay.
And it was originally like an 80s pop song, and he redid it, and it is like, this song will bring you to your knees. It is so good.
Nice. Hazel?
What was his song?
Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
It's called "The Promise."
Okay. All right.
The old band was When in Rome. That do you know what I'm talking about?
I appreciate you dragging this out for me.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I've got one. I mean, after looking over a list of 100 of them, I think I'm gonna cop out. Sadly,
it's all right, man.
I'm gonna go with the Star Spangled Banner by Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, I don't think there's any better cover than that.
Good job there. Let's go ahead and move along. Drafty says, my ex-father-in-law would ignore his GPS so much that at the age of 3, my son called it a recalculator. Playing Forza Horizon 3, I go off course and the aid says recalculating route. And it reminds me of this. Is there anything in a game that reminds you of a funny story in real life? And what is it? Gatr, I would assume that you have something nailed down here.
I am stumped, actually. I'm trying to think. I did this one cold. I didn't do research on this one, I'll admit.
A funny story from a game that's in real life.
See, Flip's seeing how the fudge is packed now. He sees Go ahead, you're good.
I don't think that's the right analogy.
That is not the right analogy. Whatever analogy you were going for, that was wrong.
Is that for the pegging question?
No, please don't bring that up.
Don't jump around too much.
Oh, God.
He sees how the soap is dropped. No. Doesn't work.
Oh, my God. Go ahead, Flip, if you're ready.
No, I don't think I have anything in the game that really remind me of anything funny in real life.
Well,
I got nothing right now.
I tell you, I one of my first online games was Rock Band. It was Rock Band, not Guitar Hero, it was Rock Band. And I would play online with a husband-wife team, and we would jam out to all these different songs. And it's amazing. Those songs come up on the radio, and you immediately just start grabbing your plastic guitar, virtually in the car, and start playing exactly the same keys. I don't know if that's answering the question, but that kind of is what comes to mind for me, is how much our body remembers what we were doing when that song came on. So that's maybe a cop-out answer, but that's what I'm going to go with.
Drafty, that's a great question. I don't know that I have a good story from life that I got from gaming. How about this? Well, if we can't answer it, Drafty, we'll think about it. If we can't answer it, we'll add it to next week's show for sure, because that's an excellent question. This next one is even worse. Man, these first couple questions are making my brain hurt. Okay.
Crazy.
Name 3 albums that you can listen to front to back. No skipping songs, no compilations or greatest hits. So, Flip, I originally thought you meant my favorite, and I just couldn't do it. I mean, there's way too many, Tom Petty and Pink Floyd and the Beatles. And I mean, just if you go through all the albums through the history. But I came up with 3, but I actually want to hear what you have to say, because I know that this was spawned from something that you want to talk about. So
well, again, and it just, sometimes you just, I was just thinking, I was talking to my brother-in-law, and I was just thinking how back in the day, remember when you bought a CD and you cherished that CD, you put it in, you would listen to it from the back because you want to hear it, and you would find hidden gems of songs that you really loved on an album or a CD.
Right.
I feel nowadays with Spotify, it's hard because you can just jump from one album to another album so quickly. You got so much there, right? You don't have to worry about it. But when you got one CD, or even, did you guys ever join Columbia House?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. 10 free CDs.
How many times?
Yeah.
How many
For
times?
a penny, and then you had to pay your next 5 CDs at $25 a piece. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was a bargain.
Yeah. Yes, but I just remember finding, great songs in between that maybe you wouldn't normally. And you know what? These 3 CDs, they bring me back to my my youth too, like my high school. So, I guess my 3, I would say, I can listen to it front to back. I love listening to it all the time, but it's Sublime, 40 Ounces of Freedom, Rage Against the Machine, and Weezer, the Blue Album. Those would be my 3.
Awesome.
Good picks.
Those are good. What about you, Gator? Did you have any?
Yeah, I have 3. The first one goes way back to Diver Down by Van Halen.
Okay.
Anybody remember that one? Nope, I didn't think so.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
One that's fairly new is called Morning Phase by Beck. Fantastic album. Fantastic.
You know what, Gator? I applaud you. That album is incredible. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up. That out from front to back, that album is a work of art.
And my third one is In Your Honor by Foo Fighters from 2005. It has an acoustic side, and the other side is a rock side, and that's one of their best albums. So those are my 3.
And before Hazel goes, I want everyone in Discord to list some CDs. Because again, the whole point is I want to listen to some of these CDs you guys say you love listening to. So throw it in the music TV section. Throw your CD.
Yeah,
I know Chubby Wizard did respond. He did say, I think you too, Joshua Tree. Love that album too.
Yeah, that's good.
I can't remember which other ones he said, but I want more people to throw your albums in there, and I want to just sit down whenever and just go through what other people love listening to. So
yeah, my 3 albums are going to be The White Stripes, Elephant.
Nice.
That one, I remember just finding out about them from a guy that I used to work with. He's like, hey, check out Ball and Biscuit, and I forget the other song at the moment, but he's like, check out these 2 songs. And it was just eye-opening to me for that. Another one is Kanye West, College Dropout.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. There's just something about that. And like the third one was actually the one I was like trying to figure out which one my third one would be. And then I looked in my, even though I have a CD player in my car, I never really use it. So I was like, what the hell's in here anyway? And it was actually Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, version 2 or part 2. And I'm like, oh yeah. And immediately I just started like listening to it, and I've listened to it easily like 3 times since this question was asked.
Yeah, I picked 3 as well. The in no specific order, and definitely not my top 3. These are just, again, 3 that have recent memory that I've kind of rocked out to. The first one is Tool, Lateralis.
Oh, yes.
I think that album you can listen front to back. There's so many hidden tracks, not just tracks, but hidden pieces of tracks that you don't hear unless you listen to the transitions. The next one is Dave Matthews Band, Before These Crowded Streets.
Nice.
That is a great album. And then the last one is 311 Transistor.
Oh, yeah. Good picks, man.
Yep. So, thanks, Flip. That was an excellent question.
Yeah, great question, man.
And yeah, for whoever's listening to this, throw some albums in the music section that you think are excellent front to back. Not just one or two good songs, but a true album that you love. Let's get that rolling. Okay, next question. Chubby Wizard asks, it sounds like Mida Scout Rifles are going to make a comeback. Is he trying to troll me here? Are going to make a comeback Mida in Shadowkeep. Are there any Mida Scouts you're looking Mida for?
Wow, what a troll.
I'm not sure Mida which one I'm going to use. Okay, next question is from
No. Let's answer that one. That's a good question.
So,
even though he's trolling.
Scout rifle. What scout rifles are you gonna bring out of the vault? What are you gonna blow the dust off of?
I've got a bunch, man. I don't want to list them all. Why don't you guys list some?
Yeah, the one I have is one I mentioned previously, just the vouchsafe with full auto and explosive rounds.
Yeah,
it's
nasty.
That sounds nasty. I'll bring Mida out, and I will also bring out. I have a Talons of the Eagle, and it's got Outlaw Rampage with full stability and a targeting adjuster. So
nice.
I'm really hoping high impact scouts are viable because I love this thing.
Flip, what do you think?
I have a Night Watch that I kind of like. It's got Demolitionist, Outlaw, and full stability. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I might bring out a scout rifle. We'll have to see. Chubby Wizard. I have a Night Watch as well. I have a couple of them. I have one with explosive rounds. I want to try. My Jade Rabbit. Been waiting to use that.
I'm looking at this Jade Rabbit. I've got that purple, that bunny rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Purple shader.
Oh, God. Put the red one on. It's much better. There's a red one, too.
I don't think I have that.
It's available.
You guys have a Masterwork?
Yes. Full stability. It has a stability of, when it's Masterwork, it has a stability of 82.
Yeah.
Impact of 67. Range of 87. On the big maps, it's just it's a head knocker. It will just knock people's heads right off.
Yeah,
So what do you get? So I have the Masterwork, but I haven't even started working on it yet. What do you have to do?
You just have to get Crucible kills with it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. You got to get you have to defeat let's see,
like 700 Guardians.
No, it's not too bad. I think it's very much like the Suros one I got, like 300 kills with it in Crucible or something. It's probably something similar to that, but I remember I got it in Destiny, the first year of Destiny 2. I just got it done before the next season. I think it was for Forsaken I got it done. But you definitely want to get that that stability Masterwork. It's enormous. It's a big jump. It almost doubles it. So another vouchsafe transfiguration is the scout rifle from the Last Wish raid. That's a good one. I want to try. And I just want to mention here, I am going to have a little mini episode coming out soon about what we think is going to work in the Crucible come the next season. I don't know when it's coming out, but I may put something just like a really short episode out, just talking about different guns with this new meta coming out. So I'll discuss things like that further later on.
Cool. So
I got one more though. Sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oxygen SR3.
Of course.
Maybe?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be decent.
Yeah.
So that one up there.
Yeah, definitely.
So next question is Grugrux asks charcoal or gas grill? Gas grill if I'm lazy, charcoal if I want it to taste good.
I'm in Florida. The humidity's so bad here. It's really hard to have a charcoal grill that works good. So I'm unfortunately a propane gas grill, just because it's convenient. And when we get hurricanes, like it seems like all the time, it's good to have that to cook when you have no power. It smells awesome though when you have charcoal.
Yeah, it does. I agree with Easy.
Yeah, I have a gas grill right now, but I think once my gas grill goes, I'm gonna go off the map. I'm gonna get a smoker. I want to get a smoker. So
nice.
I think that's gonna be the way to do it. I have a lot of friends who've gotten smoker and I won't touch a gas grill anymore. So I don't know. I'm kind of cheating there, but
no, yeah. You know what? We should have a grill picture off. Everybody should take a picture of their grill and throw it in the Discord. Next question. Skull Reaper asks, can you make it past the opening sequence of Up without crying? Because I sure can't. That's a tough one. That's where his wife dies, right? Have y'all seen Up? Y'all even know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
It's been so long ago. My kids were very little when I watched that movie.
Okay. Well, it's an old man that it goes through the years where he grows old with his wife, and then she ends up passing away, and he has to kind of figure out how to move on with life without her. So it's very touching. Skull Reaper is the next one. Which is superior, Skull's daily fun facts or Laz's lab sessions?
I like them. I like them both.
Yeah,
I like them both. Keep them up, guys. I love them.
Where do these get? I don't.
In general chat. Yeah, in general chat every morning, Skull will have a daily fun fact that he keeps obscured. There's like you have to click it to unlock the answer. Yeah. And Laz has science questions usually that he talks about. I love it.
Okay. This next one. This next one from Uncle Scum Death is, I think I got this question from my 7-year-old this week. What's your favorite dinosaur?
You don't remember your favorite dinosaur, Easy? Come on, man. You're in Texas.
You know what? There are dinosaur bones.
Of course.
That have been found in Texas.
Yeah, a lot of digs. There's a lot of dig sites there.
What is my favorite dinosaur?
All right.
I'm going to say Stegosaurus.
That's a solid answer with that
Flip's
tail.
got this one ready. Flip's got this one ready.
Oh, I got mine ready too.
I think
I've got mine.
It's a Stegosaurus. I'm pretty sure is the one with the spikes on his tail.
Yes. Yes.
That's okay. That's mine. Yeah.
Go ahead, Hazel. You can take mine. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Triceratops.
Damn it! I knew it. Okay. Good answer. That was mine. Triceratops. I love that shield. That shield just would. It was the only thing that would fight. I won't say what the other dinosaur is in case Easy says it.
In case Easy needs a dinosaur. Yeah.
I don't.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I don't think in my whole life I've ever had a favorite dinosaur.
Dude, I was into dinosaurs big time. I had plastic dinosaurs. I loved the books as a kid.
My kids love dinosaurs, but.
Well, again, if you were watching Jurassic World or any of the Jurassic Parks, you'd have to say the Velociraptors. Well,
yeah.
Can't go wrong. It's very smart.
T-Rex, I guess.
Everybody's got their thing. I get it.
So this next question from Dadbot, unless there's an overwhelming consensus of wanting to answer this, I'll read it, but I'm not going to answer it.
I'll just say no.
Okay. I have an answer for this, actually.
I'll go ahead and read it, but I don't have an answer.
Okay. Okay, read it.
Oh, I thought you were going to read it.
No, Gator said he was going to read it.
No, I said you can read it, but I'm not going to answer it.
Oh. All right.
I want to hear Easy say it.
Don't we all?
Wait a minute, is your wife up? Hold on. Is your wife up?
No. Yeah. So, have you tried pegging? It is quite enjoyable letting the wife be in control.
Oh, Dadbot.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to justify how or why this question even made it in the Discord.
This is a perfect question for Hazel, though. So go ahead, Hazel.
Yeah, Hazel. What days do you like pegging?
Well, it's one of those things where be careful what you ask for, because it all started when I bought my wife a bouquet of roses and I took one out.
Oh God!
And I replaced it with a fake one. There we go. And I'll just leave it at that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have not tried pegging.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, right? So this next question is very online with that last question from Grugrux43. Were any of you in Boy Scouts? I made it to life rank, which is the last one before Eagle Scout, and I regret not finishing that. So I was in Cub Scouts for a very short amount of time, but my 7-year-old has been in Cub Scouts for 2 years, and he loves it. And we like to camp outside. I got a bunch of tents and stuff like that, so we love camping out under the stars. That's probably my favorite thing about him being in Cub Scouts right now. What about y'all? Y'all Cub Scouts? Have any Cub Scouts? I know you don't, Hazel, but
I was in Cub Scouts. I think one of the favorite things too is making a Cub car. Do you guys do Cub car races?
Oh yeah.
Right? You had a wooden block, right? You put on the wheels and then you race it. So yeah, but I didn't do it for very long either. I didn't go very far.
My poor son, I made him a car and it came in last. Out of everybody there, it was so bad.
That's a dad fail right there.
Yeah, I know, right? He was so upset too. Whatever, fail.
Hazel, you got an answer?
No, I was not in the Boy Scouts.
I was in the Indian Guides. Do you guys remember that?
No.
All right, it was like Cub Scouts. I skipped Cub Scouts. I got into Indian Guides instead, which I guess was the other Cub Scouts back then, and
the other white meat.
Yeah, exactly. And I had fun. I had a lot of fun. The only really camping I did was in someone's backyard. It was for young kids. But I did get into Boy Scouts. I did camp in the Ocala Forest here in Florida, and I had a great time. I remember unzipping my tent, and there was a rattlesnake staring right at me as I woke up in the morning. I'll never forget it. And one of the few poisonous rattlesnakes in Florida was right there in front of my tent window. But I had a lot of great memories.
Y'all have like 1,000 different species of poisonous snakes.
Not as many as you think. Not as many as you think. I can go through it. I mean, I know my snakes because that's my business, but there's not a ton. I mean, you guys have in Texas. I imagine you guys trip over rattlesnakes every time you go out the doors, don't you?
No, rattlesnakes are West Texas. We have water moccasins and copperheads.
So you're in what? You're in Northeast Texas or Southeast Texas?
Yep.
Northeast?
Dallas is
okay.
Northeast Texas.
Gotcha. So you get some snow sometimes. Okay.
Maybe. Every 2 or 3 years we get a dusting. Everything shuts down.
I got you. But yeah, I was in Boy Scouts for I think a year and a half, and then once you start getting older, you start getting other, cars and other things start to appeal to you, and you fall out of it.
Next one. So there was a Skull Reaper answered a question that I pinned, but I don't even know what the question was, so I apologize. If somebody asked a question about a show,
I see what you mean. Yeah,
just re-ask it. Anyway, Laz asked, "Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?" I don't know. Hazel, I'm sure you have an answer for this.
She's behind you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of pie from AKA Gear Dad? Can anybody remember what my favorite type of pie is?
I know I said apple, and then my wife says, "Why'd you say apple? That's my favorite pie." I didn't tell him actually my favorite pie. I'm trying to remember what you said. Easy.
Flip, what's your favorite type of pie?
I don't know if this is cheating again, but if you have vanilla ice cream, I would have to say apple pie. Vanilla ice cream, and
it's
nice.
Apple pie goes great, but
it's a good mix.
I think AK Gear Dad said lemon meringue. That's great too. That's tough.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing banana cream. Easy.
Nope. What about you, Hazel?
Shit.
Cherry pie.
Cherry pie.
Mine is
favorite kind.
Yep. Go ahead.
My favorite kind of pie is
Whipped cream.
Pepperoni and black olives.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why.
Funny now as
it sure is. It sure is. And my my re-answer I love apple pie, but the first thing I ask if I'm at a restaurant I'm new at is what kind of key lime pie do you have? That's what I love. That's my answer.
Oh, pecan pie too. Oh.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good pies.
What's a pecan?
It's almost like a giant butter tart as a pie, but it's not as liquidy. Does that make sense?
Do you know what pecans are? Or are you just being sarcastic?
I know what a pecan is, but I don't know what a pecan is.
That's my job.
There you go. Oh, sorry. 3 more. We've done pretty well. Uncle Scum asks, it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at a new skill. How many hours does it take to become a master at Destiny? I've done 2,000 hours, and I'm still shit at Destiny. I am the same. I will never master this silly game.
No. Yeah.
Well, Gatr, you're probably, as far as like comp, you're probably pretty damn good.
There's one thing I've always learned about Crucible guys is there's always somebody better, and there's a lot of people better than me. I mean, I've just got a lot of muscle memory on I've just honed my gun skill over the years, and I started playing in Destiny 1. So, and I came from Call of Duty. I mean, I've always been a first person shooter guy. So, that's one reason I still stick with Crucible, because I want my hand coordination. I used to play baseball. I still want it to be sharp even as I'm getting old and gray. So that's the reason I play Crucible so much. But I've got, I think I had 3,000 hours in Destiny 1. I'm probably approaching 800 now in Destiny 2, maybe 1,000. I'm still a lot to learn.
And you gotta remember, some of these guys, that's what they do. That's their job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they play it all day, or they're playing first-person shooters all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So try to commit to that if you have a job on the side and whatever else. So
that's the problem. Yeah. You start having a life, and you can't practice at the same level that these, teens and 20s players do.
Or even like True Vanguard or some of these guys, like they're sick, but again, that's how they make.
Well, that's
his job.
Right. Yeah. If I went to the golf course every day and played like 8 hours a day, I would be damn good at golf.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Or maybe not.
Maybe after 10,000 hours.
So Drafty asked, my son just saw a commercial and said, now Silverados are good. I replied, but not 13 years ago. So I had him go apologize to my truck. Have you ever had your kids do something weird for a tongue-in-cheek comment they made? I feel like my kids, I have a 7 and a 3-year-old, so they're ungrateful for everything. So
Crafty had some thinkers tonight.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. He has. He's had a lot of time to come up with questions, though. Sitting in the forges.
You know what? Hey, can we make sure that we throw this in next week's?
Yeah, I'll leave it. Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll think on it.
And then there was one other one that we were going to leave as well.
It was only a partial one, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So just re-ask it. It was about a TV show, some kind of show.
Well, no, there was another one, too.
No, there was another one at the beginning of the question.
It was Drafties, too?
Yeah, about what's about the recalculator piece.
Oh, yeah.
In real life. Yeah.
Game,
okay.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to...
All right, Drafty. Well, you've asked 2 great questions.
He did something that didn't normally happen, as he stumped us all.
Yeah. So your prizes, we'll have to ask him again next week.
Yep.
Last one, aka Gear Dad asked, do you think Tarzan was a virgin before he met Jane, or do you think he I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question.
Let's save this one for next week too. No, just kidding.
No, please don't.
I'm gonna say that yes, he was a virgin.
I like Skull's answer.
No.
And just so we can, go back here, let me go ahead and read that answer, which is, how many times do you have to jack off to not be considered a virgin anymore? That's my answer.
Is that a show question?
I think that he's talking about Tarzan.
I realize.
Yeah. Although we could make that
no, that's. I think we're good. We've had a lot of questionable questions tonight.
Thanks again for sending in the questions. We love going through these. I don't think that we've had as many showstoppers as we got tonight, so we really appreciate you putting the thought into them. There were some great questions that had some sentimental value. There were some silly ones, but either way, just keep it up. Let's keep doing this. So,
those Discord questions are great, guys.
That's it for questions.
Yeah, keep them coming, guys. If we don't get to them all, we will get them first thing the following week. But we'll never not answer a question. We'll always answer anything you guys put in there. We appreciate that you even have the time of day to give us a question. So thank you. We do have one question from Twitter. It's from Gone Fishing. This is by Torrid, and his question is: what type of controller do you guys use? SCUF, stock PS4, or what? I just bought an Astro C40 TR, and I'm loving it. Flip?
I use a regular PS4 controller, but I've always wondered what a SCUF or something else would be like, but I just never done anything yet. So,
stock PS4.
So I have an Elite for my Xbox, and I have a SCUF for my Pro, and I almost thought that I wasted money on my SCUF until Grugrux convinced me to use one of the back paddles for jumping in Destiny, and it has changed everything. Just being able to jump and completely do 360s. You have the ability to kind of move and sway and turn your head while jumping is phenomenal. Like I think it has, as much as it can, taken me to the next level, being able to have much better gunplay in the air and not just use it like to jump. So I appreciate that suggestion, Gru. And I also use the longer right thumbstick. I feel like that helps me out quite a bit too.
I use a stock PS4 controller. I use the puppeteer setting so I can kneel down with just a right, I guess the R3 stick pushing down on it. It's just what I used to do playing Call of Duty and Battlefield, so it fits right in. I have a Cronus device, so I use my PS4 controller, of course, on PC, playing Destiny, and I also use it on my Xbox One X. I put the Cronus device in there, and I'm able to use my PS4 controller on Xbox. Good question.
Gatr, I'm with you too. I'm a puppeteer too, but sometimes I find that I will be pressing down on that right.
It throw a rift?
Yes. And I'm like,
I do it too.
Damn it, I just got shot.
I know.
Did that.
Hey, I'm healing, and now I'm dead.
No, I was like, so sometimes I'll just waste my rift so I don't do it at the opportune time.
You must have strong hands, because that's what I do too. I'm gripping the controller a little too tight, especially in those sweaty matches.
Right. So that's why I wonder if a SCUF, if I could, rearrange that button.
I'm not sure. They have several settings. They don't have any custom settings, I don't think. So you're not able to map it. I wish that'd be awesome, but no, I don't. I don't really know. I used to use the default setting, but now when I found out about Puppeteer, which I think I heard that from, that's what Cool Guy uses. So I figured he might know what he's talking about. So. Hey, great questions, everybody. Thanks for submitting them. And we do remind you, we have a podcast questions channel in our Discord. And, of course, anytime you want to send us questions on Twitter, we're at GuardianDcast. Send them there, and we will make sure we grab them and put them in our list of questions for the next week. Okay, I think we're just going to keep moving on, guys. I think it's time to add our 2 songs each for our Guardian Down playlist. Kind of a little sprinkling of what the 3 of us and our guests like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it. Just search for the Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify. I'll go first. I'm going to pick, my first pick is from Tears for Fears, called Woman in Chains. This is one of their later albums before they disappeared into oblivion, and it's a very good kind of a slow groove song. I like it very much. It's one of my favorites from them. And my second one is by Beck, who I mentioned earlier. This is Dreams. It's his new cut, and kind of a nice upbeat guitar, really good. It's called the Colors album, and that's my picks. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm actually very lucky tonight. Today was a very special day. Today was my wife and I's 10-year anniversary.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, well, thank
Congratulations,
you.
man.
Congratulations.
And she was very gracious enough to say, "Hey, don't worry about it. Just hop on the podcast." Don't even worry about it. Yeah.
I like her.
Only light pegging tonight, right?
Huh?
Only light pegging.
No penetration. So,
just the
wow.
Just
That's
the tip.
that. Thank your wife. Please thank your wife for us.
Hazel, I hate you.
That was a cool thing for her to do.
So the two songs that I'm gonna put on here are our songs, I guess. One what we danced to at our wedding was Ryan Adams 2 from the album Easy Tiger. And the Beatles' "I Want to Hold Your Hand" was, once we finished our vows, that's what we walked away with. So those are our two songs. Those are our two songs. So
very good.
Nice. You set that bar high, man. So now, come my anniversary, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. So thanks.
Yeah. Well.
All right. I'll go next, and we'll finish up with Flip. So, one of my songs is by Fiddler, and it's 40 Ounces on repeat. I was feeling a little angsty, I guess, today. So I went ahead and went with that. And then there's a new song that I heard on Spotify that I just couldn't get out of my head called Hot Girl Bummer by Black Bear. So I have a, affinity for songs that start with the words fuck and you. So, yeah.
Interesting.
All right, Flip, my friend. What's your picks?
Well, going with Flip Mode Squad, I went with Busta Rhymes and Woo-Ha.
Nice.
And my second pick was just back in the MTV days and used to watch videos all the time, was Pearl Jam, Jeremy. And that video just always sticks with me. And it's a great song, too.
You can never go wrong with that song. It's a great song. Hey, guys, I think we did it. That's it. I think we're finished. Good job, guys, tonight. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. If you get the chance, follow at GSR Intern on Twitter. Send him or her a follow, please, and that would be appreciated. So, hey, Flip, thanks for coming on tonight, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you, man.
How can everybody contact you? Gamertag, etc.
You know what? I'm pretty lame, but that's it. Flipmodefro. I'm not really on anything else.
Okay, cool. That's good.
That's it.
Yeah, so you can find me on the Xbox at EasyPooty, and you can find me on the PS4 at BDG0210, and you can find me on the Twitter at VasoVA22.
Don't take my line. It's my Twitter, damn it. I'll convert all of you. Go ahead, Hazel.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Hazelnut on Xbox and PS4. HAZELNT. And on the Twitter at the Hazelnut. There you go.
Very nice. Very nice. You can contact me on the Twitter at Todd the Gator. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4, GATR_ and GATR space GDC on Xbox. Please send me friend requests there, please, because I'm a noob on Xbox and I need some friends. You can also find us, our podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, basically anywhere you get your podcast. And coming soon, we will start doing some streaming to our Guardian Downcast YouTube channel, so or Twitch. We haven't decided which yet, so keep an eye out for that. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. We have a Discord as well. Just search Guardian Downcast, and I'll post a permanent link in the show notes so you can join it at any time. Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Good night.
Have a good one, guys.
I told my family, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be on a podcast. They're like, what? They kind of laughed at me. Right? It's hard to explain to people. I'm like, yeah, I have friends on video games. Just kind of got a third hand coming out of your ass. And just like, I do. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, now you should explain what pegging is to them.
Yes. Yeah.
My body is ready.
So we stayed up till 1 o'clock, pounding them out.
Easy. Hey, happy anniversary, dude.